Hey guys, welcome back to another Marvel Champions gameplay video. I'm Earth Twister, and I'm excited to be bringing you Quicksilver in protection against Wrecking Crew. Now, this is going to be a little bit interesting because there's just a lot of space that the Wrecking Crew takes up here. And it's been a long time since I've played them. I think I played them in multiplayer the last time I did, so I don't even know how this is going to work in single player. There's a couple of things to note here. They all have their own side schemes with a main scheme here. And then this is the only space that I'll have here for player cards. So it's not a ton of space. So we're going to just try and make things work the best we can. Also, I wanted to say if my face camera looks a little bit dark, it's because I'm recording in a different time of day than normal. And I'm combating different light sources around the room because I have lots of windows and a really loud dog and some other things going on in here that are making this dark, but the game area is super bright. So I apologize for that. Also, this we're going Wrecker, Wrecker, Pile Driver, Thunderball, Bulldozer. So I just need to remember Wrecker, Pile Driver, Thunderball, Bulldozer, and just kind of keep it in that order. In fact, I do have their A sides here, so I might just do this. Wrecker, I think it was Pile Driver, Thunderball, and then Bulldozer. And so just keeping those in order that way, I'll remember their health points. So all their health points are set, and my health is set. So I'm going to do some shuffling up here of their decks and see how this goes down. I'm looking forward to this game a little bit just because Wrecking Crew has been one that I have not really spent a lot of time in, and I'm taking it on an expert. And I haven't really done a whole lot of protection with Quicksilver, but I feel like I've got a pretty cool deck for him with some of the more recent upgrades that you get. You get some extra health, you get some extra defense, and then he has his own upgrades. I think it's going to be a fun time. I think we're going to end up really enjoying this scenario, but we'll see. All right, so that's Wrecker's deck. And then, of course, we put the active token on Wrecker to start. And then we advance to stage 1B. So as I think about it, then each of the villains can be attacked at any time. I can attack any of them. And then they're defeated, so they don't activate. I'm not 100% sure. I may have to get the instruction books out here in the middle of the thing just to kind of see how it all works. But I'm looking forward to this. All right, so we are almost done shuffling here. That is all of the villain decks shuffled, and they all have very small decks. All right, there we go. Now here's the player deck. We'll go ahead and switch up to side B. After step 1 of the villain phase, so that's placing 1 threat here, I place 1 threat on each side scheme, move the active counter to the villain whose scheme has the most threat. And so this only goes up, so I have 6 turns technically before I have to really worry about the main scheme. And then we can also try and mitigate the side schemes. So we'll see how this goes. I'm a little nervous just because it's been a while since I played Quicksilver, and it's also been a very long time since I played Wrecking Crew. But I'm kind of excited. Okay. So, if I'm not mistaken, we should be good. So I believe this starts with 6 threat. This starts with 5, 3, and 4. And then we can pop them down, but if they get to 10, then that's an issue. They each trigger their own little thing. Man, it's been a while since I played Wrecking Crew. All right. We'll draw a starting hand of 6 and get started. Hard to ignore, hyper perception, accelerated reflexes, friction resistance, genius, and stop hitting yourself. Okay. So I don't think I want Stop Hitting Yourself or Hard to Ignore right off the bat here. So we'll put those in the discard. All these other cards are great. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Speed Cyclone, and Always Be Running. Okay. So to get started, I'm going to use Genius and Speed Cyclone as 3 resources to pay for Friction Resistance. Friction Resistance is going to exhaust to generate a physical resource, and then Always Be Running is going to play Accelerated Reflex. So I already have +1 defense. Then I'm going to flip up here. I can attack for 1, thwart for 1, and defend for 2. Of course, we do have Hyper Perception in hand, but no way to play it yet. I'm going to attack Wrecker for 1. So that'll take him from 18 to 17. Then I get to Ready, and that Ready's Friction Resistance. And I'll attack him again for 1. Takes him down to 16. All right, we'll Ready and draw up to 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. We get a Nick Fury and a Riposte. Okay. Now, let me know if I do anything wrong here. Again, it's been a while. So threat goes up by 1 here. This goes up to 7. This goes up to 4, 6, and 5. No 10 on any of them. Wrecker is going to attack. While Wrecker's attacking, he gets +2 attack if this attack is undefended. So I could defend for 2. We'll defend for 2, so he's going to attack for 3. Move the active counter to the villain whose side scheme has the least threat. If I'm in hero form, that villain attacks you after this attack. That attack does not get a boost card. So this moves here. And then Wrecker is attacking for 3. So I take 1 damage from Wrecker. I get to Ready. And then Pile Driver is going to attack for 3, no boost. I'll take his. Go down to 5. And then we get an encounter card. Which I think comes from Pile Driver's deck now since it moved to him. The active villain gains 3 hit points and give that villain a tough status card. Okay. So he's the active villain. He's going to gain 3 hit points. So he's going to go from 14 to 17. And he'll get a tough. Well, that stinks. I think that's it. I'm not entirely sure. I want to hold on to Hyper Perception. I really would love to do double time, but I think getting an ally in is going to be really good here. So Friction Resistance and these 3 will pay for Nick Fury. Then Nick Fury is going to draw me 3 cards. Not today. Reinforce Sinew. And Hard to Ignore. I'm going to thwart 1 from Day of Reckoning. And then Ready, which Ready's Friction Resistance. Then Nick Fury will attack Wrecker for 2. Takes him down to 14. Nick Fury takes Consequential. I'll thwart off of Thunderstruck. No, I'll thwart off of Wrecker. Because I think Thunderball... I don't know. Then we'll use Friction Resistance, not today, to pay for Hyper Perception, to give me +1 thwart. I probably did that wrong. And I'm going to use Reinforced Sinew to pay for Hard to Ignore. That's probably maybe not the best move, but we'll see. And then we're going to ready and draw up to 5. And I think I'll flip down here. Threat will go up to 2. Drop to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That went up. Pile Driver's the active one, except it goes now after step 1 of the villain phase, place 1 threat on each side scheme. So this goes up to 7, this goes up to 6, this goes up to 5. And this goes up to 6. And then that makes Thunderball the main one. Then Thunderball will scheme for 3, 4, 5. That puts this at 12. This goes then down to 3 because of the forced response. And I stun each friendly character. Which honestly, I made the mistake of leaving Nick Fury on the field. I really shouldn't have, but... Or I made the mistake of flipping down. I should have just left Nick Fury up. Oh well. And then we get an encounter card. Lightning Blast. Place 3 threat on the side scheme with the most threat. So I guess I choose, and I think I'll choose Bulldozer. And then now it's my turn. Nick Fury leaves play. Okay. I'm going to use energy to pay for defensive conditioning. So I get another defense here. So now I can defend for 3 at any time. And I get plus 3 hit points, so I'm back up at 8. I'll exhaust to heal for 3. Brings me up to 11. Maximum Velocity will pay for Serval Industries. We'll go ahead and exhaust it. We'll shuffle in Maximum Velocity and Reinforced Sinew. That was on the top of the deck. So we'll shuffle these 2 cards in. I'm going to flip up. North Star will pay for Electrostatic Armor. So I know I have plus 2 to my defense. I deal a damage when I defend an attack, and I have plus 1 to my thwart. I really forgot about friction resistance, honestly. Okay. So now it's my turn. Or not my turn, it's the villain turn. So we're going to drop to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Threat goes up by 1. Wrecker gets to 7. This goes to 4. This goes to 10. Top 10 cards of their deck. Dang. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. And then after that happens, the active counter goes to Wrecker. Wrecker attacks for 3 plus a boost. I will defend for 3. 3, 4, 5. I do take 2 damage. Go down to... Oh, wait. I guess it's too late now. I forgot to do not today. Okay, well, it's too late now. I go down to 9. I do ready, and he does take a damage for my electrostatic armor. We get an encounter card. Corrupt Prison Guard with guard. Only 3 health. Not too bad. Okay. 1, 2, 3 for Quinn Carrier. And then Quinn Carrier will pay for Armored Vest, so I get another defense. So now I have +3 to my defense. I'll hold on to maximum velocity. I will attack to clear my stunned, and then ready. That ready's friction resistance. And I will swing at the Corrupt Prison Guard for 1. I'm running out of dice here, guys. So he takes 1 damage. Alright, well, let's ready up. Dropped 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing extra to defend with. That's fantastic. Threat goes up by 1 to 4. Running out of time. And then this goes up by 1 to 8. This goes up by 1 to 5. 4 and 6. The counter remains on Wrecker, so he's going to attack me for 3 plus a boost. I'll defend for 1, 2, 3, 4. He's attacking for 3. It's not undefended, so I take no damage from him, which is great. He'll take a damage from my electrostatic armor because I defended. And then I get to trigger Hard to Ignore, which removes 1 threat from the main, so this goes down to 3. Oh, I love when that happens. And then I get to ready. The Corrupt Prison Guard will attack. I think I'm going to take his hit, so I go down to 7. And we get our encounter card. Deal 1 damage to the hero or ally with the fewest remaining hit points. If that character is defeated this way, place 3 threat on record side scheme. So I take a damage. Okay. Now my turn. Quinn Carrier, friction resistance, and a maximum velocity will pay for Helicarrier. I'm going to swing at the Prison Guard for 1. He goes to 2. Already, that ready's friction resistance. Friction resistance and a maximum velocity will pay for reinforced sinew. And then I'm going to go ahead and take out the Corrupt Prison Guard. That leaves Spider-Man Miles Morales in hand. But I can't pay for him, so we'll hold on to him. We'll ready and dropped 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Always be running is going to be great. Hard to Ignore readies. I think we're getting really set up here anyways. Just remember all of this stuff. Okay, threat goes up by 1 to 4. He gets a threat, taking it up to 9. He goes up to 7. 5 and 6. Wrecker remains the active, so he's going to attack me for 3 plus a boost. I will defend for 1, 2, 3, 4. Move the active counter to the villain with the least threat on his scheme, and then that villain will scheme. So this gets moved to Bulldozer. Wrecker just dealt 3 damage, so I take no damage from him. The trigger's Hard to Ignore. This goes back down to 3. He takes a damage from electrostatic armor. He goes down to 11. Bulldozer will now scheme because of the boost icon there. So 2, 3, 4. This goes up to 9. Then we get an encounter card. Choose to either discard and upgrade you control or place one threat on the active villain's side scheme. For each upgrade you control. Oh, for each upgrade. If you do not control any upgrades, this card. So I can discard an upgrade I control. Or for each upgrade I control, I can place a threat here. Think. Put his discard pile here, I guess. I think I'm okay. I'll place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 threat there. It goes down back to 3, and I discard the top 10 cards in my deck. So I get an extra encounter card. I guess we reveal it now. Escaped Convict with Surge into Headbutt. Discard a card at random from my hand. If I'm in hero form, take damage equal to that card's printed cost. If in alter ego form, okay. So discard a card at random from my hand. That stinks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reroll 6s. Wow. 2. Always be running. Okay. So now we have Escape Convict. I need to reshuffle my deck here. Shouldn't be exhausted because I would have readied after that defense. All right. Now, the tough question. Helicarrier, Quinn Carrier, and Friction Resistance will pay for Spider-Man. He's going to come in and get +2 to his thwart. And he'll thwart 3 off of Day of Reckoning. Take a consequential. I'm going to attack the Escape Convict for 2. And ready. That readies Friction Resistance. I'll thwart 2 off of Pile Driver's side scheme. Friction Resistance will pay for Always Be Running. That readies both Quicksilver and Friction Resistance. And then Friction Resistance and Change of Fortune will pay for Energy Barrier. And then I will attack for 2 on Wrecker. Just like to focus on my attacks. I don't even know if it's the best strategy. We're ready. Dropped 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Threat goes up by 1, back to 4. He gets an extra threat. Goes up to 6. This goes up to 7, as does Wreckers. So then we'll move the active counter back to Wrecker. Wrecker is going to attack for 3 plus a boost. I'm going to defend for 1, 2, 3, 4. Friction Resistance will pay for Riposte. Now I'm defending for 6. He's attacking for 3. And Wrecker gets +3 attack for this activation unless I place 2 threat on his side scheme. So he gets +3 attack. I am defending, so he doesn't get that extra +2. So he's attacking for 6. I've defended for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I take no damage with the +3. So he gets the +3. So 6, I take no damage. He'll take 3 from Riposte and 1 from Electrostatic Armor. Then I didn't take any damage, so the Energy Barrier doesn't trigger. Hard to ignore Wood. It's not exhausted, so I will get to trigger that. It wouldn't have been exhausted. I get to ready. That readies friction resistance. Now it is encounter card. Attached to the active villain's side scheme. Threat cannot be removed from attached scheme by thwarting. The villain corresponding to the attached side scheme attacks you, then discard this card. Okay, so he can attack me. I'm kind of okay with. And then I can get rid of that to thwart that stuff if I want to. Helicarrier, so my turn. Helicarrier, Quincarrier, and Friction Resistance will pay for Scarlet Witch. So now I get another ally in. I will take the hero action. So he's going to attack me for 3 plus a boost. I'll defend for 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Yeah, because the armored vest is right there. Defend for 4. He attacks for 3, 6. So I do take 2 damage. I'll reflect 1. So I take 1 damage, and he takes 2. 1 from the reflection and 1 from the armored vest. Then I get to ready and ready friction resistance. Now friction resistance, we'll go ahead and play unflappable. Getting really tight here, guys. And then this gets discarded. Scarlet Witch will thwart 1, 2. This goes down to 5. And Spider-Man will attack Wrecker for 2, taking him down to 1. I'll attack him for 2. That defeats Wrecker. Now, I will take a quick break here. Okay, so that ends up, per the instructions, that means Wrecker is done. Which is different from the way other multiplayer, scenario ones go. So we get to clear up Wrecker here. All of his stuff leaves play. We're going to give ourselves a little bit more room here by moving Thunderball up. Now, we focus on someone else. So he takes a consequential, she takes consequential. There we go. Unflappable. We're going to go ahead and ready and end my turn there. So we'll ready and draw up to 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't have any of my extra defense cards in hand. Threat goes up by 1 here to 4. That means all these other guys get an extra threat. That goes up to 8. 7. And then this goes up to 5. Okay, Thunderball is active. So he's going to attack me for 2 plus a boost. I'll defend for 4. 2. And move the active counter to the villain whose side scheme has the least threat. If I am in hero form, that villain attacks you after that attack. After this attack. So he's going to attack for just 2. I take no damage from him. He will take a damage from me for the electrostatic armor. And then hard to ignore will trigger and put this back down to 3. Unflappable will trigger and draw me a card. I get to ready. And then the active counter moves to Bulldozer, who's going to attack for 3. I'm going to let that come through, and we'll take 1 and reflect it off to the tough. I take 1. All right. Okay. Well, now it's time to focus on another guy. I guess we might as well focus on Thunderball or Bulldozer. Either one. We're going to go ahead and use energy to pay for energy barrier. And then helicarrier and friction resistance will pay for maximum velocity. So that gives me +2 to all my stats until the end of the round. And then that means that I'll attack for 4 on Thunderball. So that takes him from 15 to 11. And then I will ready. That readies friction resistance. Friction resistance and Quicksilver will pay for double time. Choose 2 of the following. I'm going to deal 2 damage to an enemy and remove 2 threat. We'll remove 2 threat and 2 threat. I think that's a good choice. Then I'll attack for 4 on Thunderball, taking him down to 7. Spider-Man will attack for 2. Scarlet Witch will attack for 1, 2, 3, 4. That was a great draw for her. So that takes him down to 1. Nice. That does defeat Spider-Man. But that's not bad. All right. We're going to ready. And dropped 5. I've got 2 in hand. 3, 4, 5. Oh, I really wish that it was something else. All right, so threat goes up by 1. All their schemes go up by 1 also. So this goes to 7. This goes to 8. This goes to 6. Active counter moves to Pile Driver. Pile Driver is going to attack for 3 plus a boost. I will defend for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I defend for 6. And we might as well make it 8. So he's going to attack for 3, 5. I take no damage. He'll take a damage from my electrostatic armor. And I get to remove 2 threat from a scheme, so we'll go ahead and remove 2 threat from his scheme. And hard to ignore, we'll remove a threat here. I took no damage. I get to draw a card from Unflappable. Always be running. Let's go. Encounter card. Attached to the villain side scheme, thwart. Threat cannot be removed from this side scheme by thwarting. So I can have him attack me again, and then I can remove that. Okay. I would have readied from that defense, and friction resistance would have readied. Maximum velocity is no longer in play. Should have reposted on him too. Okay. Let's get another ally in. Helicarrier, Quicksilver, and friction resistance will pay for North Star. I'll go ahead and have Scarlet Witch attack for 1 on Thunderball. That will defeat Thunderball. That leaves for us Pile Driver and Bulldozer. Now, I think that was Scarlet Witch's last activation. I'm going to let Pile Driver attack me. So I'm going to defend this attack. He's going to attack for 3. I'm defending for 1, 2, 3, 4. Six. He's attacking for 3, and I'm confused. So I take no damage from him, and he takes 3, 4 from me. So he goes down to 12. Right. That defeats this thing. Now I can remove threat from his scheme if I want to. If any damage had come through, my energy barriers would have prevented it. All right. Oh, this energy barrier will pay for an always be running, so I'll get to ready. Always ready is friction resistance. And I think I'll go ahead and swing on Pile Driver for 2. It does mean I get a retaliate, but I'll use this energy barrier. I'll use this one to reflect that 1 right back at him. So he goes down to 9 instead. Nice, I love protection. We'll ready and draw up to 5, 3, 4, 5. There we go. There it goes up by 1. That goes up to 7, as does this. I'll leave it on Pile Driver because I get to choose, or if it has to move, it may have to move, it goes to Bulldozer. Which is fine. They both attack for 3. So Bulldozer will attack for 3. I'll defend. Ooh, is this an attack? Oh no, that's fine because I'm just confused. So he's going to attack for 3. I'm defending for 1, 2, 3, 4. Friction resistance makes this 6. So I'm defending for 6. He's attacking for 3, 5. I take no damage from him. Hard to ignore triggers, bringing this down to 1. Unflappable triggers, drawing me a card. Strength will pay for a stop hitting yourself. And Genius will pay for another stop hitting yourself. Which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 2, 12 damage to Bulldozer, drops him down to 3. That was fun. And I get to ready, and that ready's friction resistance. Okay, encounter card. And gets that. All right. Well, we're going to use friction resistance and Quinn Carrier to pay for Starhawk. Starhawk will attack for 2 on Bulldozer. Takes consequential, or 2 consequential for the attack. I will attack Pile Driver for 1, 2. That deals 2 to him. He has Retaliate 1. I will reflect that to Bulldozer, which defeats Bulldozer. Which means Pile Driver is the only one left. Okay. I would have readied from that. That readies friction resistance, I believe. I don't remember, so actually I'm just going to say no and move on. So we'll drop 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He stands no chance. That goes up by 1. Pile Driver will attack for 3. It goes up to 8. 3 plus a boost. I'll defend for 1, 2, 3, 4. Before I look at the boost, though, Friction resistance will pay for riposte. And Quinn Carrier will pay for not today. Now I'm defending for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's attacking for 3. And I discard a support I control. There goes Serval Industries. So I defend for 8. I take no damage. This triggers. This triggers. This triggers. And this triggers. So he takes 3 damage, taking him down to 4. I get to ready. Encounter card. Choose the villain whose side scheme has the least threat. Reveal a top card of his deck. Top 2 cards instead if he's the only villain in play. So 1, escape plan. I'm confused. If I'm already confused, Pile Driver schemes. That's the other one. So he's going to scheme for 2 and discard a support I control. So this goes up to 8. And we'll get rid of the Helicarrier. And this is the other card, Pummel. When revealed, Pile Driver attacks you. If Pile Driver is tough, he is not. He gets +2 for this activation. So he's going to attack me for 3 plus a boost. That's fine. I'll defend for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. He attacks for 3. 4. I take no damage. He takes 1 from my electrostatic armor. Actually, 3, 4, 5, 6. He takes 2 more damage from my energy barriers. Okay. Then I will use Hard to Ignore to pay for Always Be Running. That readies me, and Friction Resistance. Friction Resistance and Double Time will pay for Maximum Velocity. I will swing at him for 2, 3, 4. That defeats the Wrecking Crew. That was actually pretty fun. Probably a little too easy. So maybe I made a mistake. If I did, please let me know down in the comments below what I did wrong, or if there was something else that I ought to have done. It was kind of weird not to include my obligation or standard or expert. But this was still a fun scenario. Quick, easy win. This can show you how powerful protection can get, even with someone who has just 1 defense. Getting all of the upgrades out really quickly really helped. I even only had 4 health left, but eventually I stopped taking damage pretty much at all. So, like I said, Quicksilver's a ton of fun. This scenario was actually really fun too. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.